Hello everyone, basically today I'm also going to do another OC, don't know who yet, but let's see. I'm just going to pick out a random one right now, but in the meanwhile I'm going to talk. There's a lot of characters I have in my world. A lot of them are not really consistent and stuff, but that's just a problem with me and my art style and how it works. But I have a lot of characters I love, because OCs, that's how they work. And stuff. But, that's, okay. Today I'm going to do one of my favorite characters, Heldin. It's an older drawing of him. Not oldest, because this is one of my favorite characters. He's about, like, 12 and stuff. But for now, I'm going to redraw him. Not well, of course, because who really cares? I don't. It's just a drawing at the end of the day. But, basically, I'm just gonna talk about his lore, or their lore, because I've not really decided on a gender. But I think boy, the baby boy, he's a baby boy, and stuff. But, that's just me. And I'm trying to get his hair to a certain level, because I like the poofy hairstyle and stuff, because that's who I am. Okay, just circle, do the circle, and round it, so its head's kind of baby-like, at least that, and yeah. Basically, this character is from the Void, and the Void the Void in my world is somewhere where you're truly forgotten. For ideas of what truly forgotten is, because my world, maybe I think it's going to be named Forgotten, but I don't know what it is. The basic idea for my world in general is, where do forgotten thoughts go? Like characters, your OCs that you've forgotten a long time ago and you never will remember again. That's the point of it. Where would they go? And when you're truly forgotten in that world, something bad happens. When people, like, this character is not fully forgotten at all. He gets remembered again, but he has been in the Void. He's about 12. His lore is he destroyed his entire universe because he had some powers that he couldn't control at the time. Still hard for him to do that, actually, but he's just a misunderstood child. Maybe he's a little psychopathic and psychotic, but which child isn't? Like, there's so many damn children I see these days that are. So I'm not judging him for that. His problems is, he never wants to feel sad again. He always wants to play over and over. But that's his problem. He doesn't want to feel mad, sad anymore. But those emotions are natural, and he doesn't allow them in. He has bandages over his eyes because he has a secret under them that I will not say this video, but it involves some of the world lore and stuff. But that's just a problem with him. So basically, also, his name is Heldin and stuff, if you didn't know that already, because the video is probably going to be titled that. And he's very childish in nature. He's probably older than 12 technically, but he has a mind of a 12-year-old. So I'm just going to say basically he's 12, right? Because that's how it works for some reason. And I like to put this character in overalls and stuff, because he's a child, and I feel like that's child gear. Yes, I'm not drawing the entire body like how I did over here. Of course, I didn't draw the shoes, but he's just wearing socks. So put that up to your imagination, I guess. Right? But he has a colorful rainbow sweater, at least, right? That is very long sleeve. Yeah, because I always wanted that. I always want to have very long sleeves. Because they're so comfy when you have them. And stuff. Of course, I'm not the best artist. Well, I'm not really trying here. But I'll gladly draw Heldin every day of my life. Not every, most days. Because I artist block. And stuff. But Heldin is one of my favorite OCs because he's the one with most lore. He also kind of has very much traumatic in his personality because he remembers his old world he was from, like the world before he was forgotten. But they're only but blurs now. He only remembers like the outline of his parents or on and on. For him, it's hard to remember, but he tries to hold on to the memories, even when it's better if he should just let go. And everyone says, just let go of them, let go. It's harder than anything and stuff. Also, I don't know why this one doesn't have horns. He usually does. And he has a little tail too. Good like. Tail. But this is gonna be a very punch plot line of a character. He's one of the more important characters to my story, but I'm trying to figure out, should I make a main character? Because I can't. I just don't feel like it's right. I can't make a main character without making it other characters don't matter in the same way. And he matters. They all do. All of those drawings, all unique. They all matter to the story. But I feel like without basically, without a main character, then the story's gonna be hard to follow because you don't know what order you're gonna watch it in. And I can't just make a bunch of little stories in like one game, because like I will, but it's gonna be so hard to do that. He's also a child, so you know, he kind of likes candy shapes and random playing. He likes playing a lot. But his playing's a little more violent, if you understand, if he has reality warping powers. But he never wants to feel sad. That's his goal and stuff. Always to have fun, never to feel sad again. Never to make someone, but I feel like eventually I'll make someone take him in my story. Because I want every character in my world to have a happy ending. Because they're all me. Every single one of my characters, they're just little parts of me that I build into characters. Even if it's the weird part, even if it's the psycho-ass part, even if I feel like I'm going mentally insane constantly, that's a part of me. I have to accept it. Even if there's ways to help it, I will. But sometimes I'd just rather make it into a character. Because it helps me deal with all of my problems. Because making my characters is how I deal with my problems. And I only put on here, so one, because I'm sensitive about copying others, so if someone makes a character like it, then I feel bad that I'm basically copying. Two, he's one of my favorite characters. And I might die in the future from, like, you don't know any means, but my whole idea of my world is forgotten characters. But I don't want my characters to be forgotten. And this is one way for me to deal with that. Heldin here. So Heldin here, spelt like this. I'm gonna use an I instead because of part, but it's supposed to be hell mixed with demon, so made Heldin. I have like multiple characters named by this, the same name because I'm horrible at giving names, but this is the Heldin. All of the other characters I have to replace the name. This one will be Heldin. And he's one of my favorites. Nothing really else to draw about him because he's pretty simple design. And I love him because, yeah. Every time when I ask what his age is, I just say 12 with a question mark. Because that's how you question stuff. But basically his sweater is rainbow, light blue overalls, white hair. Do I know why his hair is white? No. Do I care? No, because it looks sick. Because most of my characters have black hair, actually. Or no hair. Only have one character with a buzz cut, because that was harder than you think to do. But Heldin is one of my favorite OCs. And hopefully he'll get a good ending. And hopefully you'll have one too, guys. I believe you guys can do your dreams. Even if you might think it's impossible. Or it's out of reach. Or you don't have the money. Or you don't have the research. Or you don't have the skills. Or on all of your damn complaints. It's not about money, research. It's about passion. Sometimes it's hard to get that passion. Sometimes it's hard to get that creativity. Sometimes it's hard to get that skill. But you have to keep throwing yourself to the wall until you can make it through. So guys, have a good day. And hopefully I'll have one too.